Is this our earliest start?
Maybe the last few, you know?
Welcome. It's time as we continue the adventures of this group of Dark Toe pirates as they are unraveling some mysteries and chopping people's heads off, going through. We have them murder some innocent research wizards last time who just wanted to protect the thing they were working on, and then continued finding a few essentially long tubes of some humanoid experimentation, as well as an odd door that seemed to have teleportative properties cast upon it. They then further ventured in and found a series of Colosseum halls that seem to be made for one-to-one fighting, including the one where someone would sit in a chair and compel two warriors to fight, as well as a series of glass-encased weapons with odd manufacture and forms. Currently, they've decided whether they're going to go to a door to the south that seems to be somewhat sealed off, or at least was barricaded for reasons unknown, and a door to the north. And it's with that we will begin. Since we have a little bit of some art department and our son issues, we will be doing full maps today. Poor son had a little bit of some dentist stuff. His teeth hurt. Is crying a lot. And needs comfort. So that's what we will be on today. So we find ourselves here. What would you like to do?
We were working south. That it was boarded up, and I had started pulling the planks off with my crowbar, and and just came with his flail and smashed some of them.
Correct. So taking a little bit of time, you pull open this door that's been carefully sealed off. And as you open, there's a smell of acidic liquids, fumes, almost like formaldehyde, as well as smell of humanoid waste and rotting corpses. What would you like to do?
Well, go ahead, Captain.
Yes. Forward.
Tronus will just cast dancing lights into the room.
I thought it was Tron.
Tronus. Tron. The chosen one, sure, whatever. Tronus will cast dancing lights into the room. And they'll just float ahead of the captain.
Welcome, Steven.
Yes.
Thank you.
As Aramin is struggling to keep down his lunch, what does he see?
Now that there's light.
I mean, I have dark vision, so.
That would have been disadvantage on your perception check, though.
Right here. You see, there are 3 bodies that lay with large pikes driven through their hearts. On top of the head, or really where the neck meets the head, it's odd indeed, as each one has a single bulbous eye, open mouths of sharp-toothed rows of teeth, and stalks of flesh coming from their bald heads, each with an eye that is now inert.
Belden, what do you make of these? This seems like
This is
something you might
come
know
here.
about.
Hang on, I'll amble my tiny little legs in there. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's see. One eye, bulbous, bald head. So does it look natural or unnatural? Were these like modified, evolved, or born this way?
Kind of check.
You got it. Baby, I was.
I feel like this is reminiscent of the shamans of Grumsh.
19.
Oh,
Yes, the shamans of Grumps. Yes, I'm
Right,
familiar with
right.
them.
Just like that.
Judging from, there's this liquid on them, and the bodies are naked. Strange fluid, blue, and just slightly luminescent. And looking at that, head seemed a little too big, and you think it would have been very hard for this creature to walk, given balance issues. And even potentially the head itself might have pulled the body along. Leads you to believe this is somehow mutation, but probably done on purpose to subjects.
Well, how and why they were killed isn't immediately obvious, but these head orb things aren't entirely natural, and I'll relay the rest. Damn you, pencil. Do they appear to be locked in here, left in here, or like just killed in here?
I think they were killed.
Right.
And the pikes through them look like they were probably thrown. Just from the angle.
Okay.
They come a little bit from above, where if you were stabbing, it'd come more from below and up.
Is there any space above us? Like it could have been thrown from like an upper deck or gallery, or like these things were on the ground and got these pikes thrown into them?
Here, check. The best you can tell, it seemed it was thrown from the direction that you all came in.
Looking at the angles, well, that kind of explains that. That's one way to go. Back in 2 seconds.
Well, they don't appear to have any loot, and they don't appear to be a threat at the moment. Anybody else want to check for anything else in here, or shall we move on?
What is this liquid that they're covered in?
It was like a mucousy slime thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And what kind of creatures were they again? Or just indistinguishable humanoids?
I mean, you can't really tell because I mean, the heads would be what would give you the best idea.
Mm-hmm.
They're the mutation, right?
Oh, got it.
Is there any way we could decide or maybe figure out what these things were before they're mutated? Like, is there any obvious trace of what happened before?
Ears, tusks.
Weird joints?
I can make a medicine check.
Can do. 2 seconds. 10. So obvious humanoid, maybe?
Yeah, I think they're humanoid.
Okay. Cool.
Does anybody want to take a sample of the fluid, or we're just gonna?
I don't normally taste them. It's not really my style.
I was saying this out of character because it's not something Aramin was saying.
Got it.
Who's gonna lick this this spider?
You lick the spider. Tronus will walk over and pull an emptied bottle from his pack and just like bare hand, just kind of like scoop and just kind of like dump in. No second
that's
thought.
vile.
No second. Yes, it is a vial. And just flick the goop off his hand into the vial.
No stuff on them. No loot to be looted, as the joke goes.
I mean, they're naked.
But like, I mean, I'm not looking for prison purchase. I'm just saying, like, theoretically, there's nothing nearby.
Right.
Sounds like you might have been looking for the prison purse.
Is it like a skin flap or what is it?
It's an internal wall.
What?
We broke him.
Never mind. Never mind. This is fine. I don't normally say rights for these things, but should we just like throw them in a pile or leave them here?
Anansi, do you have words?
No, I mean, I trust your eyes, and there's
My
nothing.
eyes have to do with giving these things last rites.
No. I do feel for them. I mean,
I feel. I
I
feel like
like,
what they were before.
yeah, but no one is, like I said before, senseless torture is unneeded. And I'll say words, but it's not like particularly to any of my God. I just kind of like, make sure that they at least, their God, and I'm like, oh, let the Raven Queen, but I won't like I seem indifferent about them passing, but I care
Right,
more
so-
about the pain that they had in life, kind of deal.
So to be clear, you're like giving them the lick and the promise version of last rites, and not like the I'm serious version.
Yeah, like he seems like he's like, sorry that you had to like pass or like, have pain in your life, but he's like death, like, oh, like good luck on your journey in death type deal.
Sucks. Good luck though.
Well, if there's nothing
I
else
guess
of interest, I'll move on. If this is a locked door, I will check it for traps and unlocking should it be needed.
Oh, guidance.
Hold my nose.
Come around here. The you move around the corner, and this is excuse me, Craven.
Raven.
See down into this hallway, there is a room of broken, shattered glass cylinders, much like you encountered previously.
Another arena like room.
The cylinders are similar. The room itself, you're looking down, seems less like an arena and more like it once. You see around the circular area is more like
Oh.
cells.
When the enemy spawns in the middle of the maps.
Never. No.
Well, if there's no door, Araman, you know the rule. You're ahead of me.
Well, as you look down, what you see in the hallway is a series of floating eyes. All the way down, there is an individual within the midst of all of this that way back seems to be stuck, unable to lift their own head that is clearly 10 feet wide. Their body still is there. You see shards of glass and injuries seem to have made it injured and incapable of moving otherwise. All the eyes turn to look at once in your entrance into the area. Roll for initiative.
Shit.
Well, I was going to call back a warning to you all, but
That was so close to being a natural 20, and I'm so glad it's not. It's a 14.
Right.
20.
$17.
Right, I see everybody. Perfect. All right, so we got Craven, then Kaz, then Belden, then Tron, and
Someone call Jeff Bridges.
all right. Seeing these, Craven, it is your turn.
It's looking at us, right? With its big eye or just the little eyes?
It sort of is looking like you can see it's in the back. It's almost like it's drunk, like the eyes rolling around, but the little eyes all are focused upon you.
Oh. Well, that's awkward.
Drunk beholder?
Or dazed. Anybody think it's worth trying to negotiate with this beholder?
Oh, they say drunk beholder. I was like, do you usually negotiate with drunks?
To avoid killing them?
It's worth a shot.
Don't expect me to convince him.
Well, that wasn't the helpful response I was looking for, so I will just
Everyone but me was like, try it out.
It was like kind of,
I mean-
yes, no.
Yeah, I forgot I had my mic up. I was saying, yeah, it's worth a shot. I
Okay,
mean, I'd like to not die again if we can avoid that.
Stop.
Whoa there. No need for quite so much focus from all of those peepers of yours. If you're willing to have a conversation.
You said it still has like a body?
Yeah.
Just a big ass head, like a dum dum?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I say with my hands up, like unarmed. Well, no weapon in hand.
Right. And Cass.
Steven, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay, sorry. I thought there was going to be a response from the big eyeball.
On their turn, there will be.
Oh, gotcha. That's right. Okay. Well, if we're not doing anything at the moment, what do I got? Nothing. I think what I'll do is anticipate something and take the dodge action for now and just kind of wait and see.
Yeah, I'm assuming my conversation was my action, so.
Belden?
Belden will poke his head around the corner and say, "Well, damn, you don't say. Fascinating." And then will hold a cantrip firebolt in case the thing attacks.
Ron. Yes.
Tron.
Yes.
Tron is not in the room. So he'll just say, "Is there something going on? I still have the scoop in my hand. Is there something going on?" And he'll just whoop. And then if
We're
anything,
just all squeezing in over there right
yeah,
now.
he cannot get like through there.
You
Everyone's
can.
in the
It's
corner.
just difficult terrain.
Yeah, but
If you want to be in the front.
To be clear, Belden's not hard to look over.
True, but then there's also the 11-foot tall Craven, and then our paladin in front. So Charles will just be there and say, "What's happening?
Yes.
Is there a thing? Is it who we're here for?"
No.
Nancy?
Nancy feels it's rude that Tronus is yet following his position again and stepping in front of him. So he's like, he like punches him in the arm softly. He's like, and he puts up like the universal signal for rock paper scissors. If he's gonna try to step in front of him. And that he's not gonna try. He said he's not gonna try to talk to his beholder. He knows that he would probably make the matters worse. So he's just gonna, for funsies, play Tronus in Rochambeau and rock paper scissors. Let's go, rock paper scissors, and I got scissors.
Tronus is confused.
He's like, God damn it!
He's just staring blankly at your hand. What did you do?
He's like, and then he proceeds to teach him rock paper scissors. Wow. Next turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna make an intelligence check just for fun.
You should have taught him rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Tronus got a 4 on an intelligence check. He does not remember how to play rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, then the captain.
He will muscle his way to the front, keeping his shield out, but he'll have his flail sheathed, hooked out onto his belt, and his hands up, and be like, "Hello, great." I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was it? I'm the great Captain Aramin Costavo, and this is my crew. We're here to liberate the island. And he flashes his biggest smile.
One of the eyes floats forward up to the captain. And you see it has almost 9 tentacles that flow from its base. It sits there, mid-air.
Oh. That's way more gross than I was expecting.
Judgy.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And it blinks. From the back, you hear a voice that should be loud but seems to be stifled just a bit. So much pain. So much. Why are you here to finish what you did to my brothers?
No, we did nothing to your kin. We are here in search of a humanoid. Is there something I can do about your pain? I've got some healing magic, if that might help you.
What holds you in place?
Need more of the crystal.
Crystal. Do we have any crystal? Anybody?
Did we pass any crystals on our way here?
I mean, there's crystals,
that
but
I
I mean,
remember.
it could be crystals of anything.
Could you give
Crystals
us
of what variety?
Blue.
Blue crystals.
Mesmerizing.
Would that be the stuff that was in the cylinders with the humanoids?
Mm-hmm.
If we drain a pot of some of that blue liquid, which I believe is the crystals you're speaking of? Will it kill the being inside?
No, but something similar to what happened to me might happen to them.
What does that mean exactly?
They trying to bring out our greater traits, they said. We didn't have a choice. They threw us in these things.
So if you're taken away from your crystals, you lash out in pain?
I don't know. They just said we had heritages that they could bring, that they were going to bring out.
From the containers, did it look like there was any kind of like spigot on them
No, I mean not without
to
really
drain
examining
them?
it. No, not overly.
Okay.
Connecting the. Go ahead.
I mean, you do know. Remember, in the center of all those was a crystal that they were wired to.
Oh, okay. Should we try and break a piece off?
One sec here, and I'm gonna just kind of pull us aside and whispered tones be like, okay, quick vote. Do we? What do we want to do here? Do we want to try to save this thing, or what?
Can it probably hear us or no? Is it? Are we whispering within like earshot or no?
I mean, Aramin's trying brought you as far away as he thinks.
Like as you move, one of the eyes follow you.
Yeah. So no help.
Could you just give us a moment of privacy? Because I still have not caught your name.
They say, Ramnir. Of course,
Ramnir.
you can have your privacy, and that's what you say. That's what they answer after you ask the question, and then the eye in front of you just goes back and forth like shaking no, like.
Just out of curiosity, we encountered some creatures in the hallway over that look a little bit like you and a little bit like other humanoids. Are those yours? What happened there?
After they experimented, and we broke out, they ran, killed them on their way out. Those were my brothers.
Ah, so you managed to break out somehow, and they got killed, and you just got stuck here?
Yeah, they sealed the door.
I see. Well, the door wasn't shut a minute. Well, was it? Actually, do we actually pick a lock or no?
I think we did.
It was
We
boarded
broke
up.
down a
It was
door.
boarded up
Yeah.
and barricaded.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything visibly holding this critter in place?
No.
So he's stuck here by his own volition or some kind of magic or something?
No, it just looks like he's tired. Like he's
Oh, okay.
and again, like this room was sealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I've
not
heard
time
tale
yet.
of a beholder out in Waterdeep. Xanathar, I think his name was.
Where is Waterdeep exactly?
Oh,
Wrong universe.
Wrong cannon. Wrong cannon.
Sounds
the other
sounds like a
one.
long way out.
Don't know what you're talking. They kept on saying our heritage was Varathi.
Varathi.
have we heard that term before?
No.
If I gave you a map, could you tell me where Varathi is?
I had never heard of it until they took our blood.
And have you
So,
always
like-
been a beholder?
No.
Kin.
I don't even know what you're talking about. If you want to talk about my appearance, I was an elf. Before they began experimenting on me, as were my brothers.
Hi, elf here. What do you mean? Because there are many kinds of elf. There's high elf, there's wood elf. I'm an astral elf. I believe Anansi over here is a a different elf.
Insight check.
On the types of elves?
No, on the beholderkin looking thing to say, was he an elf at some point?
Oh,
I guess so.
Smacks of an 8. I know nothing.
Hey, same.
Go. I grew up in Bicesteel. As did they.
I heard Bicesteel.
By say steel.
Yeah, Bicesteel.
Can I do an Arcana check to understand what kind of magic affected or affects this creature, or none?
I mean, from before, you're thinking from the more information you're getting, it makes sense that these were humanoids, just like the ones before, that their heads began to grow this way
Okay. And this one's
from
just gotten
experimentation.
way out of hand in terms of head growing.
or much farther in the experiment.
It would make
Okay.
sense to you that the others were killed and locked away, and him just being here, he just has been under the he just his weeks or months. You know how long he's been in here, but
Cool.
it could just be bigger from that.
Cool. Well, gentlemen, choices.
As you're
Sweet.
standing here, 3 of the eyes fly past all of you and out the door.
Oh, well, if there's anything forward, maybe we'd be able to look into it.
Well, we could always try breaking off a piece of that crystal in the room we came through. See if that's enough to get him off his feet. Or lack thereof. It's a turn of phrase.
Do you think that would be enough for you?
Crystal would help.
Sorry, what?
The crystal would help.
Just to be clear, I understand it makes it feel better, but does it free you? Does it give you power? Does it continue to transform you? What's the effect?
What I
Sorry for
said-
being scientific about it.
Yeah, he looks and he kind of. It's odd. Like his one hand, like almost his like arm, like limply moves, like he's trying to gesture. You can see some books strewn about, like thrown around. He goes, "That was the power source that fueled the transformation. Don't think it can be reversed, but at least would complete it and get me out of this hell."
That's rather tempting. And Belden strides towards the damn beholder. Doop, 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 doop. What do the books look like?
seem to be mostly research notes. Looking at these, it seems that a lot of the operations here had to do with taking tests of many of the different subjects. There is a name here, Spellright Ephus. They are marked, each one with, like kind of in the corner of the cover, a circle in which there is a hand that holds a tower as a mark. It seems that they were identifying the residents here and matching them up with various prophecies from the libraries. Pages of those prophecies are included in the lab notes of the 3 subjects that were used here.
What did they actually
And-
say?
Right.
Go ahead.
The prophecies themselves talk about a triplet born to kill the triplet abominations. And it talks of these strange, many-eyed creatures, and that 3 shall rise and be in control of the 3 heads of darkness. And next to them are written things like the myriad, like in notes, like someone taking notes upon the prophecy. Myriad. And like kind of listing like Shady Creek Run or like criminal organizations, the Clasp, as if they were trying to make sense of this.
Mm-hmm. So some interpretation of prophecy, not literal, but more like grasping.
Right. And they were kind of writing down the names of different crime lords, and they were kind of coming down to notes, and there's like different observations and other torn books about people seeing different beings that fit the description of many-eyed ones. And then there are notes of basically tested subjects. Each one bears a lineage that has been ripened by their previous mistress. Our experiments should take them far beyond what the gods intended. And there are notes here that seem to think that the experimentations generally here and throughout this facility seem to center on taking natural or supernatural gifts that were bestowed upon these people born for a reason and taking them 10 times beyond what they would normally be capable of harnessing them in a lifetime. Finding sparks and turning them into bonfires. And from what you can tell from the notes, they possessed abilities that maybe were similar or could help in defeating creatures like maybe that they've become, but instead they've been pushed so much that they've become these creatures, or in the stages of becoming them, as you can see with the limp body.
Is this other door in here closed, or is it an open pathway?
You do not see any doors in this room.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
All right, real quick, out of character, what are we thinking here?
I mean, I don't mind if we help or not. Anansi's kind of indifferent.
My thought is just break off a piece of the crystal from the other one, and
See what happens.
yeah, basically,
All right.
the beholder
I mean,
could be a powerful friend.
Semi kind of weird beholder kin, but not exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elf transformed into beholder kin, maybe. Yeah, it's
What was his name? 'Cause I missed it for the notes.
did we get it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. It was.
Began with an R.
Yeah, Ramune.
Ramune.
Does everybody fine with me breaking off a piece of the other crystal to give to this?
Yeah.
To
Yep.
Romanek?
Yeah. To Rom.
So I will make my way back to the other room and see if there's a way for me to just break off like a small piece of this larger crystal.
How do you want to do it?
Let me check my equipment.
You went off by yourself, by the way, right?
Unless people came with me.
Belden's still transfixed and staring at the huge eyeball critter.
Excuse me.
No dying mid-game.
Well, I've got a crowbar. I have a portable ram.
Pick set.
I've got thieves' tools. Could I use it? And then plenty of bolts and daggers. Does it look like I could use the?
I guess I could have gone back with you. I've got a belaying pin if that helps. And, just my flail.
A belaying? Oh,
It's
so
just
a
a little
club.
club. Yeah, it's a little club.
Do you have a
So-
sense of need to be there? Or?
So take the back of the
I don't know.
crowbar and a dagger and kind of just like tap on it to try to get like a small chunk.
You're taking a crowbar and stuff to do it.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't need Piton and hammers because I have climb speed for once.
Sure. Give me a sleight of hand check.
$20.
Yeah, you tap, making a line. And it finally comes off. And there is this you grab it with your hands and everything.
Unless I've got tweezers in my thieves' tools kit.
I mean,
Something
I
similar.
feel like you'd have to get a
Gloves?
fairly big chunk.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. I mean, I've got gloves on if that's helpful. They're magic.
Okay. Okay. So you take this with your glove, and there's a bit of this like crystal dust that comes off when you finally pushes off. Not a lot. Your skill here taking it off has reduced what would come up. But I need a Constitution saving throw.
I'm so glad I have advantage thanks to my soul trinkets 23. Because the other one was a nat 1.
All right. What was it again?
23.
23. Okay, yeah, you back off quickly and kind of hold your breath. And there's an odd, like, itching sensation on your skin, but it passes. Then give me a d20 real quick.
2.
Okay. There is a flash of energy, and it's as if the enchantment on your gloves reacts violently with the crystal. I need a wisdom save.
Eight.
Okay. Find yourself unable to move as you fall to your knees, and it's like a stream of information is flowing through your brain. You can't even comprehend all of it. Anyone nearby, Craven just starts saying unfathomable combinations of syllables and words that do not make any sense. Mechanically, you're under hideous laughter, except without the laughter. There's a different piece.
Okay. Hideous rambling.
Yes, hideous ramblings.
Nobody actually said they were going with him, so it's just him back there.
I think someone told Craven a joke. Oh, everyone's here.
But I'm not laughing, I'm just rambling.
Oh.
Aiden blinked out for a second and just remembered laughter and like, oh.
Does anybody notice anything? Notice?
I mean, if it's been a minute or two, one of
Yeah.
us has to be like,
Passive of
"Hey, everyone, wander
24.
off."
Yeah, like you hear this, like this like weird, like it sounds like they're saying something, but you cannot, like it doesn't make sense.
I think Craven is interacting with some kind of monkey.
Hmm?
You know what
That
monkeys
makes sense.
are.
I've heard that they hold quite the conversation.
I would imagine so. I've read one book since arriving on Exandria, and it said something about monkeys having conversations. Quite curious. The monkey.
If you'll excuse me a minute, Belden says to the huge floating eye, I'm gonna go check on our friend, if you don't mind.
Is Tronus just a racist and he's referring to Hadozi?
No. I'm making a curious
Oh,
story
no.
joke. I'm making
Oh.
a curious story
Oh,
joke. No. Oh no.
ooh, we're about to have to go off stream and have a conversation.
No, that's a big no. That's a big no.
You hear excuse me, pardon me, sorry, I gotta go out here for a minute, and Belden passes through everybody.
Like an illusion, or you mean like walks by them?
Like walks sort of underneath, but also through the crowd, like at waist level, but his eye level, yeah. Well, sort of stumps along and like perambulates in a weird way because his legs aren't the same size, but yeah, kind of like noisily pushes through everybody else to see where the hell Craven went.
All right. And you see, and after just a moment, Craven, your senses come back to you, and as you approach, this effect seems to dissipate. and the words stop, and you're back to your senses.
Am I able to hold on to any of the information? Am I able to piece any of it together?
Give me an intelligence saving throw.
No. Don't love that. But I'll take a 24.
What did you get?
I rolled an 18
Okay.
with +6.
Save +6 is pretty good. I don't know why you're like, don't like that.
No, that I had to roll a save for trying to remember.
Okay.
I was like, what is this? I have to roll a save.
The information, a lot of it leaves your mind, but there is a place called Rihafam. And it feels like it's like a maybe a village or something. An idea of an island called Thace.
An island called what?
Thace. Place called Rihafam on an island called Thace. And the rest is more like a sense of someone being held or captured, and whatever was running through you had an intense desire to make whatever it is that is going on there right. That doesn't overtake you or anything. You recognize it's something else that was moving through you. I wanted to change it and correct it.
I would head back then at that point.
Belden walks up to Craven and says, "Well, is everything okay here? Are you
This
copacetic?"
This crystal's quite reactive. I'd refrain from. Yes.
Reactive to what, though?
Yes.
That's not the most helpful thing you could have said.
I'm also not extremely studied in Arcana. I know some, but only the most basic of rituals, as you know. The dust. As you can imagine, this thing is planning to consume this. Some of it, I narrowly avoided inhaling some of the dust. I believe it was trying to affect my nature. I felt some tingling in the skin for a moment, but it passed. But it also reacted poorly initially to my gloves.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if he's affected by something or in any way, like, modified?
Yeah, make a gun check.
Ugh, dice fail me again. 11.
I think with an 11 is enough to determine he's in good health.
Okay.
I'd say you just look at the crystal really quickly. You get that this effect is probably one of the better ones versus him touching it with his skin.
You, my boy, are pretty damn lucky, by the way. Next time you decide to wander off and touch random powerful objects, maybe bring a friend along.
You were busy studying the notes and nobody else offered.
Nothing quite supersedes the death of, one of us. So while I appreciate your value of my time, this might have been better use of it, perhaps. That's all the chiding I have today. That's I'm done parenting for the next 100 years.
How much longer do you have left?
Well, I'm 250 or so. We lived to 400, 450, sometimes as high as 6. Well, it kind of depends, but probably not the last time.
I was going to say 100 years seems like a bit long to hold off on chiding someone.
I mean, for some, well, you're right. It's a lie. I can't avoid shooting my mouth off at the inappropriate time if the moment is right. Anyhow, let's get you back to the group. And do we just say we couldn't get the crystal?
I have a chunk here.
It's not. Okay, that's probably enough. Lead the way, my boy. Lead the way.
I will head back.
And so this man in yellow clothing finds this monkey and brings this monkey on all sorts of adventures. And that's the one book I read since coming here. So I know about monkeys, yes.
How curious.
Very. Oh, welcome back.
You telling them of the book Zanmore showed you?
Yes, the one about the curious monkey.
Is that the one with all the pictures?
I do believe there were drawings, yes.
I think it was when he was first learning Common. So
Those are the
pictures help.
best types of books.
They truly are.
They do shorten the learning curve for the slow ones.
And I will make my way back. Was it Romnick? Romnir? Can you spell it out for us?
I mean, I spelt it in the notable NPCs. I'm pretty sure I spelt it wrong. Because I did it phonetically. Ramane.
Ramen.
Ramane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I spelt out ramen. A. It's right there in the Discord. Notable NPCs. Ramen A.
Ramen, eh?
I'm just going to do phonetics. It's cool.
See, I didn't hear that. I heard Romnick. So
Ramen's from something else. I don't remember what.
So crystal in hand.
Yes.
Should we, talking to the Beholderkin, should we stand back or guard our eyes or something? Or how does this work?
I don't know. It was always the fluid. The crystal will help, though.
So do you eat it or sit on it or how does that work?
Just give it to me.
and I'll place it into their hand.
And I will ready a dispel just for shits and giggles.
Okay. What's the trigger?
Yeah, 'cause remember, if the trigger doesn't happen, you lose the spell slot. So if you want to
you're
just
right.
be prepared,
I'll be prepared and not actually ready one because that doesn't actually make sense. I should not burn my last. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll put it in his hand and then I'll take a few steps back. just in case there's some kind of violent explosion of evolution.
Or maybe he throws up on you. We don't know.
Both would be bad.
Okay, you place in their hand. It
Quickly, I'm gonna try to position myself so that everybody's within 10 feet, whatever my aura is. I'm trying to get
10
it.
feet.
Okay, 10 feet.
People would
I
have to
love
move
how like you
further
basically
in.
made a paladin like the lazy supervisor. As long as I am nearby, you will be better.
As long as I can see all of you.
Being
Where's
present
Thomas?
and being seen.
Does that make him
being seen?
Is that a lifeguard or like a kindergarten teacher? What is that?
Daycare attendant.
As long as he doesn't
Yeah, there we
start
go.
trying to micromanage.
Too late.
He probably does.
It'd be a great flavor for a pally, like just like tells everybody what to do. Like, no, duck like this, and that's why they get the save.
Throw in a little bit of
Paladin
bard.
office manager.
So are you all coming in so that the captain can actually aura us?
Yeah, sure.
Or just you guys can stay outside in that
Yeah.
far room.
Well,
Yeah, I
Eric-
figure we'll probably be like right around here. Or I'll probably go
That's
here. You
10
guys
feet.
try this.
From
Fine, there.
I'll be
That's
right
where I'm standing. I guess y'all figure it out to be in my aura.
Got it.
if
So
you want to
hand,
benefit, you position properly.
so you hand the crystal over, and the body begins to convulse. The large eye rose in the back of the head, and the small eyes floating all vibrate. And they each like make a little screech, like each one is screaming independently of the other. And you see the crystal like begin to like burrow into the body.
Oh, that doesn't seem
Unpleasant.
pleasant.
And the mass of the body is like essentially taken up into the head shape, and it begins to malform, and like you almost see like exposed muscle tissue that makes an even stronger jaw. And at this point all the eyes are like kind of run towards it and position around, and there's almost this shimmer of energy that covers each one as the head floats up, the body having been completely absorbed into it. It goes, that feels better. Where's my body? Oh,
I think you ate
and the
it,
whole
maybe.
thing turns around.
Searching,
and
searching
The
for
hell?
Smalley.
Yeah, the eyes all look around.
Have you heard the term vor? Just
Have you
total
seen-
consumption.
All the eyes shake their eyes at him.
Did the eyes attach, or are they still
They all
separate?
float still.
Oh, okay.
So when we got here, there wasn't much of the body to begin with. I thought that you were already aware of that.
I was out of it. I feel so much better now. Right. So who are you? You here? Are you part of the lady? Is she returning to rescue us now?
We're here for her. Yeah.
She's here?
We were sent
Somewhere.
to locate her.
Yes, we were sent to locate her, and happened upon you, and you
I
know.
don't know. She was gone, and then these people came and talked to us about a greater purpose, that she was never coming back. And then those weird wizards
Yeah, that
captured
was-
us.
There,
Yeah,
who were truly trying to rid this place of. We were looking for the lady, though. We did hear what you've stated, that she was gone. We haven't had word that she is alive or otherwise from anybody that we truly can verify that information from. care to get revenge on those that did this to you?
Of course, I can help you if you want.
It would be very much appreciated. Because for one, and I am very humbled to admit this, but we're a bit lost. I think we got turned around somewhere.
We've just been going right.
Because as the captain says, we're in the right, so let's go right.
Yes.
And we have no more
but-
right turns.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Is
Technically untrue, but
Is there a door here? Is this a door for us to make our final right?
There's no door there.
Oh, it's just separate.
Is it like up above?
We don't notice.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Nope,
see it.
nope.
Okay.
First edition rules. You weren't told, so don't go poking around with a 10-foot pole.
I suppose technically we'd be continuing our right once we head back, making the loop.
So
I can
in the
definitely
grand,
help you. I know this place well, and I can give you any shut his mouth and you hear his voice in all your heads information.
We're looking for where they might be performing their experiments. Their primary supply room of sorts, or wherever their arcane machinery is. The goal is to destroy that.
And the 6 eyes here all move. Give me a moment. And with his large eye, he begins to project images that it seems some of his other eyes see.
Shit.
It seems like he has
That's
set
damn
them
handy.
throughout the complex.
Yeah, CCTV.
So you might need to zoom out to the thing here. Let me actually.
Oh, he sees room 4.
Does. Boop. And there he shows another with these glass tubes of subjects. There are a few people doing work, and there are 4 ways out of that area. Also,
The people, are they like the research wizards we found already, or like similar attire, or stature? Since we
everyone
know
here
all
has different attires.
any
pretty
weapons on them.
I
Since we
mean, it
know
looks
the,
like there's spell implements and other things, but
Well, just because we know the 15 fighters are all like very specialized, so I'm just looking out for that
right.
to just have an idea of what we're going into.
So, yeah. You talk there. Another room is illuminated. That seems to be a high storage area. Specifically, there are 5 more of these fighters with various weapons that look. Some seem to have swords that seem to be absorbing arcane energy from their masters, and others who it seems like they go to step and they suddenly teleport to wherever it is they were thinking of walking to, as if they're incapable of actually walking. They just keep teleporting. But within the room are several tables, like made from wood, where people are strapped to and are being injected or observed and measured. You guess that seems like the main area. Things about it, the guards, more supplies, and there's several carts, and you see people packing them and beginning to like move them to another.
And that's this room, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do they appear to be rapidly exiting, or just like this is normal business?
Fairly rapidly putting stuff together.
We gotta go.
He'll show you here where you see a horde of animals ripping and fighting against 3 what look like some of the warriors you were trying to identify, as well as several automatons.
What kind? Like golems, or like weird robot things, or like what's the
like the ones we fought outside, or like the platinum golem that we fought
similar
inside?
to the ones you fought outside.
Okay.
Seems they're having a harder go of it than we did.
Yeah, or you can tell there were like way more here in that direction. You feel like you kind of came in the back. And the final is that they were able to show here.
MS Paint.
Where there is a door to the west that you can even see here seems to be encased in several layers of magical barriers. Here are a number of the forces guarding both ways in to this room, and others still working hard and quickly, being aware of what is going on, attempting to, it seems, make through the barrier. It looks like they've been at this some time. There are just multiple implements that seem to be made to like bang against something. Various wands all laid out that they pick up and shoot different beams of different colored light, trying to get through this thing. They're trying to figure out it's proving difficult for them, but they're trying to do it as hurriedly as they can.
It looks like we have our destination.
Are you sure?
If they're going at things with such rapidity, even while under siege, that must be important. And if we can disrupt it, it'd likely be to our benefit.
There is logic there, I suppose.
I do like that idea.
And what room are you talking about going into?
This one that you said that they're working quickly, so obviously we still have to traverse through this stuff, but unless he's gonna teleport us there.
He looks at you. He goes, "You can use the gifted gate if that is the room you wish to go to."
Is that the 1, 2, 3 rooms back? Do you know
Yes.
the passcode to it?
I will lay my life for the lady's promise.
I see.
Oh, okay. That's the passcode. I thought you were just about to go on a suicide mission for a second.
What? No. I just
Yeah, no, he
I'm
just
not going to
started
go
feeling
kill
better.
myself. You're just...
While we're on the topic, can you give us any understanding of what these other rooms mean? Or like, we can see the general shape of it, but what were these things used for before? I think the first room seems pretty obvious. It's a harvesting chamber of some kind. And then the one of the sort of top right-ish, but not the most right, some kind of packing chamber, some resource place. What were these for?
He'll explain all the circular rooms you see are all different arenas where they were to fight or practice their abilities. Some made for different ones. Some are more resistant, like they dampen lightning magic. Some dampen other things, and where it's to achieve an effect, one would have to work harder so that when you got out of it, the effect was greater.
So 3 out of 4 exposed rooms are round. Those are all testing chambers, and then the squarish, rectangularish one is not.
Correct. That, he'll explain, is more of a reception hall where people would wait for an audience with the lady if they had a special request.
Hmm.
And
To
beyond
confirm,
it-
this is where they're trying to get through that barrier thing, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Currently, okay. And there was how many of the fighters, if any?
There'd be 6 here.
6 of the fighters. Well, should we drop in unannounced?
That's more my style, yeah. My good sir,
To
pointing
be clear,
to the...
his port says he can get you on the other side of the door.
Oh.
Oh,
not
to
in
where
that
they're
room
trying
with-
to get to.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're trying to get to here?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he can get us in there.
with the portal.
I'm all for a surprise attack.
Hmm.
But
Just
then
we
we'd
should
be
have been
waiting.
waiting like, hello.
But then we'd be waiting for
Firewall.
them to get in.
Yes.
Or open the door.
Or we could open the door from the inside, potentially, I suppose, that depending on what's in there. But if it's just the connection to this archway, Ramana, do you know what's in there? That they're so desperate to get in there.
When others were coming, we took everything we had of the mistress and we put it in there. Some of her more loyals were able to seal it. Other things ran on their own. It was something that was meant to happen should she feel that she could not return.
So we could just head in there, evacuate, or take the things that are in there and
And
return back
people.
through this portal, and any people that are stuck there, let them get a head start out, and then we could continue through with our route. Or go back in there, open the door, and surprise attack them.
Is the portal 2-way or 1-way?
You can get, it can go both directions. The way back is, may her teeth find my back should I betray her.
I see. Do they know that? Is anybody in there?
I don't know if
Good.
anyone barricaded themselves in or if they'd be alive if they did.
That's fair. Well, we could at least give them a fighting chance, couldn't we?
May her
But if
teeth
they
find my back
knew-
should I betray her?
Yeah. It is. As far as I know, I was the only one who knew. There might have been others. She didn't tell us how many she brought into her confidence, but we never would see each other.
Would you like to stay here or come with us? How's your feel on this whole thing?
Kind of looks. I don't like these tight spaces.
Okay.
I'm really big.
Right. So the alleyways are obviously terrible. To find some way to get you out of here, you saying you can't leave yet?
I can. I'm saying if I stay here, again, he thinks I can talk to you from a distance.
Yeah.
So essentially, with his eyes watching out, you will all be immune from surprise.
Cool.
Nice. What was
Love
the
it.
passphrase to go there? Just so I have it for my notes.
Something her blessing something.
Yeah.
I will lay down my life for her blessing or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I will lay down my life for her.
Okay.
If you wish, we do have a ship that's out on the sea if you want to get to Sylvan Air.
It's in my pocket.
Oh. Well, when we get out, we got an open sea. We got a boat. You'd be great for it.
I would be willing to do this. What's one of these high? Who has a high passive?
I have a
24.
20.
I have a 24 as well.
I have an 8. Oh, wait, no, perception? Oh, it's 12. Never mind.
It's like,
My
whoa.
other passives are terrible. I mean, that's pretty bad too. but
for the
still.
24. You can tell there seems to be in the floor that it's as if there's a thin outline where it seems the center bit of the floor can be lowered, or more precisely, where it seems like it splits in the middle.
Of like this room, like the floor will just like split down the middle.
Looks like it could.
Could. Okay. Jonas will just not be staring at like what I assume is like just a faint line in the middle of the floor. Just like down line on the floor, just staring.
That is where we kept the practice.
Oh.
We captured the
opens-
creature, we would practice against it.
Oh, that's. I can't think of an adjective. Does it open up or down? Because that for some reason is more interesting to me.
I've got adjectives, but I don't think you want them.
Yeah. It looks, I mean, what better way to prepare for taking down the three?
I'm sorry. My head is in astral space again. Were we made aware what the three are?
Well, it's in
you-
these books over here that the three that were prepared here were supposed to take down the other three per the prophecy, but it's not clear who they were.
That's the three I was referring to. Like what the prophesized three were. But we
And
don't know.
we speculate while we walk.
Well, he'll tell you creatures such as what I turned into.
Well, exactly what you turned into, or not quite, right? So that you look like a beholderkin to me, which is not entirely, but mostly the same thing. We've also heard about this other one that was like more or less the same thing, but a mage of some kind and relatively well known, I guess, at least amongst the league, maybe.
Yes, Xanthrax
Right, that's the
Was-
one.
was meant to be my prey.
So you were being bred or maybe perfected to hunt Xanthrax. But who are the other two?
Only my brothers knew their names. They were born with those names on their lips.
I see. Do you believe they're also part of the same sort of order or maybe related in some way?
I don't know.
Your brothers are not brothers by, well, they'd have to be brothers by birth, right? As triplets, correct?
Yes.
So the others might be brothers by birth as well, by logical deduction. Your brothers are dead?
Mm.
You're sure of that?
You saw their corpse when you entered.
I remember now. Yes. I'm sorry for your loss. It's not fun losing people.
But we can do them some justice at some point. Shall we to the portal, maybe?
Oh, seems Craven's already going.
And Belden steps in front of the Beholderkin and just says, "It's been a pleasure meeting you. Hope to see you soon."
I will keep my eyes on you.
That we appreciate very much.
Thank you ever so much, Romane. Look forward to seeing you on our ship. And Airman heads off.
And as you go to the portal, with that, we will take our break.
Yay.
All right, eh?
All right. Let's begin.
Oh, Rizzle.
Ryan turns his mic back on. There we go.
And chat.
All right. You enter through the portal and find yourself in a rectangular room. 15 feet wide, roughly 35 feet long. There is a luxurious soft bed in one corner that has been left to ruin. As you step into this space, making room for others who are bursting through the portal, you find yourselves assaulted by a spell that seems to capture your minds in an instant, but then have no place, like it can't complete itself. As you're about to be taken by it, it simply fizzles, missing some type of component.
Arcana.
Or target. Go ahead.
I want to know.
Guidance.
Was that guided or not guided?
Yeah, can be guided.
All right, it's next to what, D4?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, it's 18 plus boop, doop, 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 3 more, 21.
Feels like the password we gave.
What was that?
Seemed to be a very powerful Gesh spell
Ooh.
Yes. Okay.
to make a command.
Can we tell what it was?
You came with the 21. It would be to protect the lady with my life, with your
Yep.
life.
Makes sense. I will realize
With that, you'd also think that on your way out, there would be a second Gesh spell that would prompt the user to do as much harm. Well, prompt the user to find and surrender to another member of the lady's chosen, should they betray her.
Mhm. So leaving the same way, if we were one of hers at least, or maybe, well, actually, we're not sure, would cause us to either surrender ourselves to them or cause some damage, maybe.
But again, you feel like you wouldn't complete because I feel like, again, like the lady is dead.
Yeah. So if we were marked by her and she was still alive, it would work.
Or even if you weren't marked, or you think just as like coming through here, it activates.
Cool.
Is there anyone in here?
Right. We'll get there. We're getting a little
Ahead of ourselves.
yeah. There's bit by bit. We're like, I want to process this. So we get this in here. This room is filled with codexes and scroll cases. Easily thousands of each. There's stone tablets that are on the wall and also within like hanging about 100. There's medallions marked. There are star maps for different ages, all collected, as well as 3 desks, each one seeming for a different purpose. One including a extremely detailed map of Exandria, sea routes, names listed near different places, marked places, color-coded, essentially, with like stamp marks of ink. Extremely detailed planning. There's also 2 chests, each one containing 1,000 platinum. Out. You don't immediately see anyone in the room.
Well, that's the jackpot. Holy shit. That poor lady who kept all of her valuables here. I could see why people on the outside are trying to find their way in. It's really incredible. And then Belden looks up in the air like we're being watched.
Well, we certainly don't want them to have it.
Obviously not. That would be terrible.
Yeah. Should definitely use it for the lady's will and such.
Can we hear anything coming from the door?
The door itself, you see, has somewhat simple alignment. There is there's a crystalline seal that seems to be inset into this what you would recognize as white stone. And etched within it, you can tell there are several barrier spells that would be powered within. It appears to be simply taking it out from the inside would remove all the power of the barriers. Excuse me. The other thing of note here is there is this large, from what you can tell, what seems to be some type of clock or cosmic calendar with rotating what look like celestial orbs and planar symbols.
Dronus is immediately walking over to that.
There is a dark orb that seems to drink in the light around it. Around it is a shimmering arcane script that seems to orbit it and move around. Written in a draconic script.
That is unfortunately one of the languages I do not know.
Nope, not mine. If you want to wait a while, it could be mine.
I mean, if we have time, this is interesting.
Well, so the
I
problem here is
don't think time's really something we have. Just in general here.
I agree.
Okay.
But if you need, when this is all over, give me like a 10 minutes or so maybe, and maybe I could parse it out. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Are we taking stuff or?
Yes, we don't want the League to get a hold of these things.
Obviously, for safekeeping.
Very good.
See, who knows Elven?
The elf.
I do.
The two of you?
Yeah.
Looking at this, it's odd when the way the Draconic lines up as it orbits. You still think this is the name of Draconic? It just seems that the way it lines up vaguely resembles the word in Elvish for eclipse.
I will say said word just out loud while thinking to myself, like, does that say eclipse in Elvish?
It looks like it, yes. Could this be tracking an eclipse then?
Of what variety? I don't remember how the moons work on Exandria. Are they always visible in the sky? I don't remember.
I think there's a rotation.
Yeah, there's a rotation of them.
Okay.
It seems to like rotate a field. Like it's quite complicated just looking at this. Again, depending on how much time you want to spend, this would be like quite a bit to really begin to take in this full thing. You're just sort of seeing this.
Yeah.
Who has the bag of holding or haversack or whatever it is we have?
As a bag.
Okay.
I have one.
All right, Kaz. You come here, hold the bag. I'm gonna start shoveling coins.
Well, make sure that you're keeping track of that.
I mean, we're gonna owe it back eventually, right?
If it's your bag, I generally assume you will know when you go through. That was because it was a bag you did not know and you just put something in it.
Hey, the trauma's already there, Matt. You can't take it back.
Yeah, fill it up, God.
So while they're doing their big brain things, I'm just gonna be shoveling platinum into into the bag.
It's easier if you can just lift the chest.
Yeah, but I'm not smart enough to think of that, so I'm just gonna be shoveling.
There's a reason I'm your first mate. I tell you to just lift the chest.
Oh yes, of course. And so then I lift it up and start pouring.
You don't even have to live. Just you put leverage in that one corner, and it'll all pour out this way.
He still lifts because he's trying to look strong, even though he's not the strongest on the crew.
Right.
Because magic
Belvin, are
items.
you able to determine which of these items are specifically magical?
I mean, I can look at the codexes and scroll cases and tablets, and
That'll
Jesus
take far
Christ.
too long. There's
I was just
thousands.
thinking to
of them.
myself, like if you gave me about 75 years or so, I could probably catalog them all, but I'm not entirely sure where to start.
We do not
Medallions,
have. We
silver
definitely
maps.
don't have 75 years.
How many do we have?
Less than a
0 years. Yes.
Oh,
Well, realistically, I'd put them all in my bag if I had a big enough bag, but here we are. I guess I could. Shit.
Can anyone detect the magic of these items?
Screw it. Why not? First level spell, burn detect magic. See what's magical.
The only thing
Okay.
I can detect is Feigned Fiend, Undead, that sort of thing.
Burn detect magic.
Absolutely. You see that there is a book that is leather bound, reinforced with iron and silver fittings with an iron lock that gives off a magical glow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think just looking at that definitely looks like it'd be magical.
Yeah, I can put that one away if you don't mind. It'd be perfectly fine to fit in my suitcase, I suppose.
I mean, a lot of these books are pretty and these types of things, but
We'll sort that one out later. It doesn't have actual like freaking demon face skin stretched across it like the Necronomicon, right? Like it's not obviously clearly evil to my eye.
no. However, there is one that
Like you did.
Is clearly evil.
yeah,
It's the Book of the Fae.
burns
The Book of
almost
Fables.
with a fiery aura of violet. It's
violence?
violet. It's the clasp that and lock that holds it together appears to be a bronze hand, clawed in the nails and skeletal in appearance, holding what appears to be a skin cover shut.
Y'all, I'm not normally one for crossing certain streams. Murder, in fact, is a bit of a squeamish thing for me. But do y'all make this out as a bit of a scary book, maybe to be left behind or possibly
No.
burned?
If we leave it behind, it could be the thing that they were looking for.
Sure. So we should just keep it and hope it doesn't. Oh, damn it,
Just
this
don't
game.
read the damned thing.
I'm fine in
if
the
it makes
bag.
anyone, if you wanted to keep it away from other magical things, I could put it just in my backpack.
How? Never mind. That. Have you ever studied? Where's Professor Orb? He's in my pocket. You ever learned about books that possess people?
Books can possess people. What?
Yeah, if you read them. Never mind. It's going back. It's mine now. Fine, for now. Damn it,
Okay.
Craven. This is your fault.
I'll put you down if you become possessed.
Please do, and carefully, like quickly, massive amounts of rock, perhaps. Yeah, I'll just pocket it for now. It's fine.
I wonder if that book about the curious monkey was possessed.
No, the first one I read wasn't. Or was it? Anyways, any other books that are very clearly standing out?
One other. It's more of a codex. It's has this fur of black around it, including what look like 3 gray tails around the clasp. Clasp itself has a draconic visage.
Any particular color of dragon or just draconic like shape?
Shape.
Okay. All right. So we've got the leather iron clasped one. We've got the evil burns with violet bronze claw clasped one. We've got the codex with black fur and 3 gray tails and draconic markings on it. Savi? Anything else? Or was that it?
That's it.
Fantastic.
None
Um,
of the,
I'll put them all in my own backpack, by the way, just to be very clear, like for safekeeping.
As you put in your backpack, there's all these in your backpack, you feel your skin gets some moisture to it, almost like you're sweating. As you run your fingers, it's like a very thin and not extremely thick layer of like a little bit of a slime.
A slime.
Do we all see this?
If you look really close, it looks like he's sweating really hard.
is it a similar slime to the one that covered the Elven brothers?
I mean, it's clear.
Okay.
Tranus, can I, Tron, I'm sorry, I'm a little in distress here. Can I bother you for a minute?
Yes, sure.
Why? I feel like I'm reacting to something. I'm used to stone cold. And I don't normally sweat this much. Am I having a moment? What is? I feel like there's something going wrong here.
Could I just start just inspecting Belden, just like obviously invading like personal space, but he doesn't know that he is just like getting like super close.
Belden
like-
does medicine. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
so
Give me a medicine check.
guidance. Jesus, this medicine modifier. Cool. 27.
Nice.
First time
Looking-
playing high wisdom.
Looking carefully at these excretions, it seems to be a biological base that he's producing. Your guess here? Well, you actually no, we're trying to say you're not really guessing. You're really certain that while covered in this, and it seems like he's producing this, he would be resistant to acid damage.
You're producing a base from your pores. I don't have acid to test this with. But I feel like that would be good against any acidic.
I do have acid, but I won't.
It would probably subvert a little bit, but it would help against it. Maybe keep doing that.
Maybe keep doing that. That's great medical advice, by the way. Next time on the ship, and you get the croup, or worse yet, scurvy. I'll just say, maybe keep doing that.
Matt, were there any other things pinging to Belden with his detective?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay. Just the 3 books. All right.
Yes.
I'd like to grab the very detailed map of Exandria. What are the other 2 desks set up to do?
One seems to be just a lot of notes of various family lines, biological family trees. On the same table, there are names and what basically looks like a breeding program.
That's not weird.
But we kind of knew that was her thing.
Yeah, but just the
Yeah.
she set up a program.
Think of it as like 23andMe, but like in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's more like setting up the 23andMe. Like, let's see what crazy concoctions we can get.
Yeah, that's the part that is really weird. It's not the bloodline things, it's the breeding program.
Yeah,
That's,
the last one seems to be dedicated to a small number of people. See a name: Pyro, Thola, Valerie Valsavage. And the majority of the leading the leaders of Dark Toe.
Is there anyone that is specifically like not listed of the known leaders?
There's nothing that says the doorman.
Mm-hmm.
The doorman is safe. The door has been shut.
And there's a lot of angry scribblings around Tonk's name.
Mm-hmm.
Be rife with frustration.
Love it. If only Tonk were here.
I think he'd be very happy to see
He'd be
that
fucking
that he is
ecstatic.
Yeah, there's notes like child gone, where,
Distance,
I'm gone.
reborn mother. What is that
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, there's like this timeline rewritten. Actually, the thing that's interesting is this timeline rewritten ?
But how do you rewrite a timeline? That doesn't make any sense. It's not even possible. Why would you? It's crazy talk.
Time is strange.
Yeah, whoever did that is a complete idiot.
So far. Perhaps we'll find some kind of magic that makes that possible later, but for now, it's not reasonable.
Well, then I'm sure you've heard of the stories of the highest levels of the arcane.
Sure, but I've never actually seen it done. And again,
That's
I
'cause it's-
transmute things from things to things. Like it sounds great, but like it's
Time is a
is it
thing.
real? Oh, time is real. Time definitely warps. But changing timelines is a bit of a reach, maybe.
From what I've heard, it's like a soup, and if you just stir it, unexpectedly, that can cause things to happen.
I appreciate that you're hungry, but I don't quite follow your analogy. While we're in the room, by the way, Belden, little known fact maybe, as a cartographer, will actually steal any maps he can find that are more accurate than his own.
I mean,
If I knew you to be a cartographer, I'd have given you the very detailed one.
I feel like we all have like weird tools. Like I have a forgery kit and thieves tools.
That's useful.
I can use nunchucks.
That's also weird.
I speak Marquesian as my only other language other than
Why? And Zemnian.
Well, it's-
Primordial and Celestial.
I only know two languages. They are
And then,
Common and
you know-
Marquesian.
And then I play the viol, but with not a lot of soul, and it's all just technical. Is there, or am I able to? Can I look around and try and determine some kind of sorting system of the codexes and scrolls to see if there's like I can find a particular subject that would be
Like
important to us in particular?
a decimal system of the Dewey variety.
There's not a real like a lot of what's been here has been thrown here.
Okay.
If you recall, he was saying a lot of things were brought here and just kind of kept.
Mhm. In that case, I'm gonna take some of the tablets off the wall to give to Kaz to put, because if these were actually hung up,
Careful.
then I feel like they might have some more importance if they were
There's
actually
no-
set and hung.
The ones that had
So
the
each
leaders-
tablet is about 100 pounds.
Oh, well, damn. So I can lift them just fine. We're just not going to take that many. Is there a particular subject that the tablets seem to cover compared to like the scrolls or codexes? Like, does it seem different, or is it all still just a mix of information?
It's like a lot of prophecies are in here. A lot of like this threat will rise, these things will rise for it, and stuck onto a lot of them are like kind of like handwritten notes as far as like what that could mean, family names and those things that some correspond to the other line lists and that type of stuff. I mean, really, this is really like everything one would need to try to like. This is a collection of prophecies and of histories and tales and things to try to find descendants of people who maybe were chosen by the gods, and also people who are meant to do something later.
Got it.
Like even people who there was prophecy about, they completed the prophecy. Like, let me find their kids. Like, kind of this, or their great grandkids.
The ones that the leaders' names were on, were those parchments or those tablets? Remind me.
Oh,
In the
those
reading-
those are
reading
notes.
pool.
Yeah, those are notes in the reading.
That was part of the breeding program. That was the last entry.
It was the last desk.
Oh,
There's a
last
desk entirely devoted to the leaders of.
Oh, okay. Because I thought the first desk was the maps, the second desk was the names, and I thought the third desk was the breeding program. It was the breeding program on the lineage
Second
desk. Got it.
The third desk seems to be many notes about the various members of Darktoe.
Now, when it got to Jajal, was it more noted as Jajal or the family name Finn?
It looked like there was the name draw in that she had extrapolated Finn, and you see names of your family that she'd figured out. Some of them have check marks next to them.
Kaz digs their claws in and just shears them apart.
Yo, whoa. What's wrong with them?
Kaz, what are you
Why-
doing?
Why are we destroying books? Come on. It seems unnecessary, honestly. Like, at
This
least let me
note-
copy.
Wasn't
That's
necessary.
destruction of property.
What wasn't necessary?
Captain, where's the spray bottle?
Right?
Oh.
Hey, yo.
I
Do
believe I
I-
left it on the ship.
Is there anyone that has been here? Do I see any signs of struggle, any signs of people being here recently, fights or anything like that?
Near the door, you see 3 6-inch circular red spots that speak to you of a expenditure and sacrifice to power, most likely, this barrier, to overpower it.
Are you telling me that there's blood on this wall, sir?
On the floor, dried blood stains.
Okay, that's good with me.
All right, blood magic. Good with one of our characters.
Good with our blood cleric.
Which we are on a. Which I don't think she said that's what her.
But it's
command
been
is.
shown a few times. It definitely
Okay.
that flex is
It's not
happening.
exactly that.
Yeah.
but similar. Stuff with blood.
Definitely an infusion of power to us in previous scenarios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely let everyone know that someone's probably used it for such a thing, but they don't lead. They seem to begin and end here, right? They don't trail off to somewhere else.
No, you think that this would have consumed the people doing it?
Oh.
So they sacrifice themselves to overcharge the barrier.
Right.
That's a vital sacrifice.
Okay, Kaz, I'm going to ask you an awkward question because I feel like it's remains to be spoken, but it's important to me. Do you have some kind of like latent frustration here because you took a really hard claw at that document, which we probably could have used? Is there something going on here we should know about?
Sometimes it's just necessary to vent.
Sure, but why now and why this?
This portion of the document wasn't important.
That might be true, might not be true. Why this portion, though? I've been watching you for a while. You're quite selective in your choices. Why this?
It's personal.
If you'd like to explain, that would be helpful to us to understand the why. Otherwise, you just seem like you have half-cocked, which is probably not good.
I'm protective of my family.
And this is your family?
Is Kaz's fur
I
pattern similar
believe-
to Dajal's?
I believe this is all the information that is required at the moment.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, stop prying.
Who's
Captain's
trying?
orders.
I'm just asking
You.
obvious.
I thought he was Belden.
Well, Captain's orders are fine. I'll accept that fact if you lay that one down.
Listen,
I'll still put the wind in your sails and the water behind you if you want. But I'd much rather understand why I'm doing things rather than what I'm doing for loyalty's sake, Captain.
loyalty shouldn't
I
be
trust them, and I would hope that you would trust me.
I understand you trust Kaz's motives. That's fine, and I trust you as well. What I'm saying is, knowledge never really hurts in a good situation, but lack of knowledge definitely hurts in a bad situation, if that makes any sense to you.
What do you believe that their family issues or concerns have any impact on our current situation?
They may, in fact.
Well, so could the size of my feet, but it doesn't.
Never heard that
That's
one.
a very obtuse analogy.
Is
right
there something
I
odd
didn't-
about the size of your feet?
Has Aramin been walking around in clown shoes this whole time?
No!
And we didn't notice?
No, they're normal size feet.
Ronald McDonald looking at him.
for normal size feet for a clown?
No!
Where's your keyblade?
We did see him get out of a very small car at the docks.
Where's your
McDonald
keyblade?
To be clear, I am your ship's mage, your surgeon, and at times your cook. You don't have to trust me either. My question, or at least reason for inquest maybe, is the unnecessary emotional reaction of good Mr. Goodman Kaz, to a book I hadn't read yet, which myself still curious, and not knowing why or how he felt so reactive to that scenario. It struck me as odd. But I will withdraw my inquiry, obviously, and go back to my normal duties. Captain, the problem is yours.
We could touch base on this again if we make it out of this alive.
Well, some might.
I plan to.
I plan on all of us getting out of this alive.
That's why you're the captain.
I'm just here.
If we're done with the interrogations, we have to decide if we're assaulting them through this room or heading back around. We've taken what we know to be magical. There's still countless amounts of information in here. Do we leave it and try to disperse them from the other side?
I mean, we could do a sandwich tactic.
Yeah, or more. We can do much more than that. How many do we expect on the other side, roughly? What was it, 5, 6, maybe?
6.
6-ish. And we think they're fighters, probably, yes?
Specialized magical fighters.
Yeah, that makes me at a disadvantage. That's fine. Okay. Would you rather face them in front or behind?
I think. Sorry. Actually, yeah, Kaz. There in the floor, you're the first to see that one of the stones here has pushed itself up. It was not pushed up when you all had walked in.
Does Cass react?
Oh, he stepped away.
You just step away.
Oh, shit. He said, I need another beer.
He said, "Need another beer." One second.
All right. Sounds like 30-second break. 30-second break.
Kaz is stressed out about these recent findings. He needs another beer.
Drain it, fill it, drain it, fill it.
Me too, bud. Me too.
Right? Basic trade jokes, right?
I was not expecting to find this family drama.
Back. Kaz, you noticed a stone in the floor that was not pushed up when you entered has been pushed up.
Pushed up. How far?
About 7 inches.
And I have to fit my claws under and pull up?
You want to do so?
Yeah, if it's been pushed up, I'm going to pull it up.
Pull up the stone.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works.
Here, you see surrounded by what appear to be black cords that have been arranged into very ornate knot patterns. You see a oddly curved, what do you assume is a sword? Specifically, this is a wakizashi. The handle looks like a cat's claw, grasping the handle itself. The sheath, the scabbard, says House of Finn.
What in the 9 hells is... I put my hand close to it, but I don't touch it just yet.
Is it obvious he's doing this, by the way?
I mean, at this point, yeah, I mean, he picked up a big stone.
And then
yeah.
found a sword.
Yeah.
Rose
So, I
rock.
mean, you watch him do this. Your detect magic's up, it's magical.
After a moment,
That's
I put
actually
it
magical. You might be careful with that.
why does this have the Finn name on it?
This one very specifically, because all the others had a lot of different auras to it. This one has a single aura to it, that of transmutation.
Not illusion, right? Yeah. Okay.
That's your specialty, bub.
Can I read what it means? Arcana check.
I mean,
I'd imagine you're probably looking over my shoulder at this point.
there's no. I mean, the writing. There's not like an. What are you trying to read? I'm sorry. I think I misunderstand.
What kind of transmutation it is? Is it some like?
Yeah, I'll give you an Arcana. This is a little odd, but I'll give you an Arcana check. Yeah, I'm good with it.
26 to understand what it actually does. Like it's usually a transmutation of a thing to a thing. So what's the starting thing? What's the finishing thing?
This would specifically turn a creature into a beast.
Well, that's quite powerful.
I don't understand what it would have been used for.
Does it seem to require attunement or no? First look.
Yes.
Well, if you spend some time with it, it might turn you into a beast of some kind. At least my first read, based on what I've seen, what my masters have taught me in many years in the forest, being very lonely. It seems like it would probably transmogrify you into some kind of beast, maybe.
This doesn't make any sense.
It's got your name on it, as you say. Maybe but there's no illusion read on it so far, so I don't believe it's actually a lie. You
And
could
by looking at this is clearly would count for you as a monk weapon.
You probably should take some time to sort it out, maybe. And if it goes full evil on us, we'll figure it out, I guess. Maybe. Like, I'm tired, but I could probably dispel some of it.
I need to think on this.
So, for the record, I'm gonna keep an eye on you for at least a couple hours to find out if it actually makes you evil, or legends being what they are.
And
But enjoy, I guess.
Sorry, Matt. What did you say it was called?
The type of blade is a wakizashi.
You don't have the name of the item yet.
It's a Japanese short sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I spelled it right. Nice.
Wakazashi.
I kind of tuck it in between the gi and the waistband.
Yeah, this is a short sword that would be able to count as a monk weapon for you.
Nice.
I'm going to do a quick perusal of the floor, make sure none of the other stones come up before we potentially head out.
See, Belden?
There's secretly just a brick wide tome about Xehanort. What?
I mean, you don't know. I mean, they look solid enough. I mean,
No, that's fine. My suggestion is that we attack them from the other side while they still have their attention on this room. They don't know that we've taken what we believe to be the most important parts. And hopefully it's not the breeding program that they're after.
Is there anything in this place that we shouldn't leave to them if they accidentally win? Like, if we fuck up here and they succeed, anything else we should probably take?
Maybe the
Or
information
destroy?
about the leaders of Darktoe.
The what now? The dark. Oh yeah,
The
dark
information.
toe. Yeah.
About the people.
yeah. I think things like the breeding stuff, like all that, seems very relevant to what you've discovered about this place so far.
I Yeah, we're gonna steal some books, probably.
Like genealogies, you know that's what they've been experimenting with, right?
Yeah.
So you determine what you would take, but that's definitely information that makes the most sense from what you've been here learning.
Mm-hmm. So let's at least pocket. I don't know how deep the proverbial haversack is. The ones about Dark Toe and the ones about famous bloodlines, maybe.
Hmm.
Well, if that's the important stuff, we can definitely pop back through and I actually like your plan, Craven. Attack from the outside.
If possible, meet back up with the druids before attacking this room.
No confidence, but sure.
Well, we know which room the druids are in, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Who knows? Maybe they've finished their fight and then moved on, like we had.
Ramane, how are they doing? And I'll try and reach out to Ramane.
Dual barriers down.
And the druids, have they gotten past that entry room?
They have secured it. Most of the defenses seem focused there.
All right, let's loop back around then. And I will start heading back towards the teleportation arch.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to take one last stare at the weird, like, orrery looking thing with that's tracking maybe an eclipse. Sighs and walks with Craven.
How big is the Ori?
It's about 5 feet wide, 8 feet tall.
Oh, definitely not fitting in the bag holding.
Not.
It's not an origami Ori that we can fold up, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If only we had a demi-plane.
Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
So
All right.
we're making our way to the druids and then attacking from behind these
Well,
guys.
No, because I think I'd have to see the map again, but I think the only way to get to the druids is through these guys anyway, but the defenses are focused on them currently.
Yeah.
So we'll have an easier time breaking through this door while they're still working on the barriers that we need to move. May her teeth find my back should I betray her. And I
Mhm.
send us back.
I'll go third.
I thought we were all like in a group under the archway to shift this.
Joking.
Making my way.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Had to get the map going again. All right.
Is that tricky or no?
It's just buggy because it's still an alpha.
Yeah, I'm still getting this. Something
Seems
is wrong.
Yes, lots of that error message.
Yeah. Just exit out and then go
Yeah,
back
that's what I'm
in.
doing.
That's annoying, but yes.
You have to refresh.
I just refreshed the page like 10
Yeah.
times and it's there.
Cache problem.
Yeah, I mean, because again, the eyes, like you can get some general information here. Because that's going to necessarily get everywhere, but you do think there probably is a way that you could bypass that room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess technically we can come through here to make our way this way, but
Mm-hmm.
So
We al-
bad
but we al-
guys are
but
in
we
the...
also don't want to bypass this room to help the druids and then in the process have these guys notice us and then come up behind us, pincering us.
All right. So bad guys are in rectangle room
Correct.
Mhm.
next to.
I mean, there's still people in this room like doing
Mhm.
stuff, but
Okay. Well, I thought the room 4 had more people in the tubes, and that was it.
That
Tubes and 2 people.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 2 people in 4. The druids are in the unnumbered one,
6.
or
Yeah.
are in 6.
awkward box.
Okay.
This is where the druids were fighting the outside robots that we fought and some of the
Okay.
fighters. But they've secured that according to Ramane.
Okay. So
So
I
we
guess just-
come back here to your throne room, heading this way into 4.
okay.
If we're trying to not take any more
Matt, can you free paint or no?
exploration breaks.
Hey, what?
Can you free paint? Can you actually draw on the map or no?
Us no.
I mean,
No,
yeah,
Matt,
I can sort of draw fog of war on it. They're still
not-
adding a pencil tool and those types of things.
that's my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so no, I can't draw yet. There's a big list of things they're adding. That is one of them.
Love it.
What's alpha? Like they flat out say, "Here's map."
It's alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Closed door here, Matt.
Yes.
Checking for traps.
Guidance.
End of it's locked.
It is locked. It seems to be. You think there's a bar on the other side. You could use your thieves' tools to lift it up.
Am I doing
The
traps?
traps do a
first?
perception check.
Okay. 23 plus a d4 for 27.
Checking carefully, it seems that because you kind of carefully like move the barge to see if anything reacts, and you can hear and kind of tell with your little mirror with your thieves' tools that the two holders for the bar that would go across this door, as the bar is lifted up, they tend to lift up as if they're meant to trigger something.
Do I garner how to disarm that from this side?
I would say give me an investigation check.
Uh, 21. If I still have guidance. Otherwise, 20.
Take your tools. You're able to take some string, thin twine, and get a hold on the triggering mechanism, and hold it as you lift the bar up. Open the door. And like safely tie the string to keep it from reacting.
After you, Captain.
Very well. Onward.
Be careful of the string.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Clown shoes.
Damn it. I mean, IRL, I do kind of have clown shoes, but
In here, seems to be unorganized mess of belongings, some suits of armor, different weapons. Just a large mass, as if people were disarmed and everything was just thrown in here unceremoniously.
Like quickly?
Quickly
Or,
perusing.
or carelessly.
Quickly perusing. Is there anything that looks like intricately made? This is my mundane way of trying to find any magical
I
items.
know. There's nothing that really triggers that sense.
Or something that looks so well made, but plain looking, but like very well made.
Give me a perception.
Very-
is the other way to go about it. It's
Very nice craftsmanship.
It's like when like armor at a certain point stops being fancy and just becomes usable again, but it's just very high quality. 24.
There are two things that would catch your eye here. One would be a very finely carved wooden ring. And another is a thieves' tool set.
I'm gonna check to see if they're trapped, which sounds weird, but I'm broke. I want to make sure I'm not putting on like, oh yeah, it's like an anti-theft mechanic that just like stabs you when you put the ring on without flipping a switch on it or something.
Yeah.
Or one of those wallets that just
I would
catch
say
on
when
fire
you
when
from
open
your from your perception check before, things are just thrown in here. You look
Okay.
and it just seems no one's really paying much attention, and you immediately feel is like things of value maybe were already taken from here, but these just maybe missed people's eyes.
All right, I'm just gonna
And actually, I
put
guess
them in
you
my bag.
and especially Tronus, these seem to be elven made items. So specifically, this is a wooden ring, elven make, and a thieves' tools, elven make.
I'll just pick up the elven ring and just. It's very nice.
And then I'd quickly move. If there's a door, I'm gonna move to it to check for more traps and the like.
I have some more guidance.
Some pretty tools.
Charnas has the ring on. He's carrying this new weird spear that he doesn't know what it does. He's just new stuff.
See a
Green birch.
staircase that's
Perhaps we should try to be sneaky.
see a staircase that leads up to a landing where that ends in a door. And because of your spire, you do get the sense of what's on the other side of that northern area.
Okay.
In addition, there seems to be a brass bowl that is bloodstained.
This.
Yeah.
Anansi, what's your insight into this bowl? What would this have been used for?
Looks like a bowl.
Yes,
I'm kidding.
smartass.
I look into it and I see if there's any traces of anything, any rituals, maybe blood or material, spell casting components that could have been used in there.
Give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
Guidance. Cantrip.
Not bad. That's going to be a dirty 20.
This bowl is specifically attuned to certain people's blood. When put in, you feel like it opens a door. And looking, you can kind of see an outline on the wall of what it would open. And would magically unseal the door.
Would I be able to, I guess, using some of my abilities, would I be able to track possibly where this blood would be? I can really only track it within 60 feet, but do I know possibly less where it's been used or whose type of blood would be used for it?
You think there's somebody within 60 feet whose blood would work here?
Oh, can I? Well, I guess then I would track that blood to see who it would be.
You think it's the passage to the north?
Oh, so this bowl is used to open a door. Our ticket in is up north that way.
Very well. Shall we approach quietly?
Might be best.
Sounds pretty smart, yeah.
All right, I will lead the way.
Yeah, how do you want to do this? Because you know that there's people on the other end, so...
I think we're gonna try to sneak up there.
Yeah, my assumption is that this door is going to be locked, though, so I would still be the first to go. So,
Alright.
Airman
I
would be
will
right
be
behind
second.
me.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll stick right behind Araman.
Can I shoot typical spells between legs?
Oh, sorry. I
You're
should
going to
have
get
made
partial cover.
Within 30
That's
feet, I
nice.
don't need to make a check. Within 60 feet, I need to make a DC 15 with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Within 60 feet, but I'll remember that.
All right. Going up to the door, it is indeed locked.
Making sure it's not trapped first. That is the thing. The DM tells you it's locked. Ah, but you didn't check for traps, sucker.
Make the perception check.
20.
Does not appear to be trapped.
All right. $21 for the lock.
Okay, so... give me a stealth check.
Group stealth.
Well, right now, his stealth,
23.
23. Okay, so 23, you're able to unlock and just push the door slightly open without the people in the room noticing.
I motion for the captain. I try and think to Ramane to try to get their positions to all of us so that we know which direction to head once we're in.
And from before, are these obviously going to be enemies in here, or is it something, or is it a possibility it's not enemies?
I think we know them to be enemies, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, Ramane suggested they were not friendlies.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess I will be.
So you because you have the eyes, he'll tell you they're looking at the door.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Oh,
Um.
I'm gonna-
Can,
can I-
has he opened the door enough for me to see into where I might be able to see behind where one of them would be?
Not really?
Okay.
I mean,
Um,
what are you
let's look
trying
at-
to do?
I
trying to
want to
Misty
see if I
step
can
behind them.
Misty step behind him. Yeah.
You can Misty step like more into the center of the room and then move to behind them.
No, can I guess
All right, roll
well,
initiative.
we got to see.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, hey, that's actually not terrible for me. That's pretty good for me.
Dirty 20 for the cleric.
It's honestly just like the pause of like, wait, no, you, wait, no, I think like they don't
Wait,
stop.
wait,
That
Right.
proof of initiative, yes.
All right. Okay, so let's see here. We got.
I was just gonna motion to Belden to just fireball when I open the door.
But he doesn't have fireball.
Wait, what?
Tronus does.
He has lots of terrible things, but not fireball.
I am surprised at you.
I'm not typical mage stock. Come on.
It's
Let's
this.
get
This
clever.
is the second wizard in a row that our group has made that didn't have fireball.
Okay, Xandler has delayed blast.
For the record, leveled chromatic orb is much better.
Not for an area.
All right, so you can do that, but Bowden definitely is the last person to go.
That's
So-
fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's too late now. It was
Oh, gotcha. We're just like, all right, Craven, you get to go first.
Okay. Love that for me. Huh. I will pushing open the door and cunning action disengaging as I kind of airbender circle step around their likely waiting attacks. I will move around, and it's just these two guys that I see once I'm actually in the room,
Yeah, I mean they will get their held actions, but
even if I'm disengaging.
actually no, they don't have held act. Well, they would, but never mind. I'm not doing held actions.
Okay.
Because their opportunity attacks you don't trigger, but if they held when someone comes in the room, they'd still be able.
Oh, fair.
But
So circling around this way, pulling out my whip as Atsumu will fly out and kind of spit venom in their face as his help action, and then I will strike out with my whip.
got it.
Where's my whip? I got so many weapons. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
36 damage.
Ooh. Nice.
And yep, that's my turn.
Okay. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and move up. I'm just gonna move here. Ultimately. And go ahead and attack. All right. They bear a large greatsword. They
Hate
come
that
down with their 3 attacks. There we go. First, 24 to hit.
Yep.
15.
Are you giving me all the to hits first or
Yes,
hit and
yes.
damage? Okay, 15 misses.
Yes, and then 28.
28
Oh.
hits.
All right. So you're able to block 1, 2. As he circles around, he just basically throws his sword into your side and then turns and slices, almost trying to vivisect you. For first hit is 20 slashing damage.
I'll do my my halved ability. Hold on, the uncanny dodge to kind of suck in my side a bit as he gets in, so it's not quite as deep. And
Got
then
it. That's 10, and then second is 17. Right. Tron Isphys.
So I just counted that out on here. So Shranis disappears into that starry, weird purple starscape again and just reappears in the middle of the room. His bonus action, Starlight Step. And then for his action, like as he appears, he's like you always like heated metal. It's like he's getting brighter and brighter and brighter until it's just white and then just explodes.
As a note, there is a blue crystal in the center of this room.
So then,
I assume you're not in the blue crystal. Don't worry about it right now.
yeah.
Not a big problem. I just want to say as a note.
Cool. So Tronus glows and glows until he just explodes through Channel Divinity Radiance of the Dawn.
Ooh,
So I need both of those dudes to make con saves.
got it. To the one near Craven for 23.
Okay.
And the other one for 9.
Okay, so one fails, one succeeds. So on a fail, it's 24 radiant, 12 on a success.
Okay.
And then movement wise, he's mainly with that guy, so Tronus will stay there.
Good. Anansi.
I move forward a little bit there and moving past buildings. Excuse me. And I fall underneath Armin in a blood pool of birds and end up here. And I move in that corner. And then I focus on the two standing there, and their blood starts to run slow and cold. They'll need to get saves here for wisdom.
Wisdom saves. Okay.
what's the number?
18.
Okay, first one, you're 14 and 22.
All right, one of them at least is seized and they're held.
So paralyzed or
Yeah, paralyzed. Correct.
Like
Okay,
a whole
that's-
person spell?
Yes.
that's the one near Craven.
Yes.
That's nasty.
Oh no. All right, anything else?
That will be all for my turn.
Airman.
All right. I am going to.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. That was a spell you cast or an ability?
That was a spell. I was doing a whole person.
Okay, you just twinned it basically.
Upcast.
Upcast.
No,
Cast.
Yeah.
Perfect. All good. Give me one sec. 'Cause as you do the spell, the crystal glows.
Oh no.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong chart. I was like, that doesn't sound like the chart I want. This is the chart I want. Okay. So from you, there is a burst of energy in a 20-foot radius. That's the room.
Yeah, that's everybody.
That is a Constitution saving throw
Oh, for me. Okay.
for everyone who's in the room.
No, for everybody in the room.
Oh, everyone. Okay. All right.
DC 15.
20.
20.
Okay, one of them fails. What about Tronus?
24.
Okay, very good. Okay. So in that case, all of you save. However, only one failed, and they're going to take 8d6 radiant damage.
No, no.
Holy fireball.
What the fuck did you trigger from this stone?
Oh, holy fireball.
That is 29 radiant. And they're blinded. That is the one near Tronus. Ah!
Taste the sun.
You look, it's like it looks like their eyelids have turned to glass.
Oh boy.
So one of them is blinded and the other is paralyzed.
Yep.
That is not
Oh, I
good for
love
them.
this.
This is the opposite of touching the door to start a fight. This is starting off very well.
Alright, my turn now?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna run in there. And I'm going to bonus action channel Divinity.
Ooh, what's that?
I'm gonna do my Fury of the Tides. So I kinda swing my flail around some, and these spectral waves start circling around me. And then I'm going to attack that first guy as I go in there.
That's the blinded one, right?
Yep.
Advantage.
So advantage. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3d8. And
I'm distracted, just sort of easily cuts up through his plate armor.
so that is 15, 21 damage. 10 of that was bludgeoning, the rest radiant. So 11 radiant, 10 bludgeoning, and then
because he failed his save, he takes an extra 10 radiant damage.
okay. And also, because I have my Fury of the Tides going, I'm going to push him 10 feet away from me into a wall, so he takes another 5 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to run up to him again and slap him again. Kinda just bullying him around. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with spikes. Okay, so I got 8 bludgeoning, and 8 radiant, 9 bludgeoning damage on that
It's
one.
19 bludgeoning. 19 radiant, rather. Burning from this energy.
All right, and that will be it.
All right, Kaz.
Sensing the clamor of battle, Kaz's muscles are going to tighten and then dig in with their claws, digging into the stone ground and taking off. 50 feet of movement speed, I would imagine, would be able to get me to behind this champion right here, possibly.
I mean, you can count.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
each one is
Hey,
5?
you can get there.
You can get there, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So as I'm kind of running around and jumping off of each side of the wall, I come up and do like a rodeo kick into the head of that one.
All right, advantage because paralyzed.
Anything that hits crits.
Yep.
29.
Crit.
You're within 5 feet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to
right
be
down his
22
back.
damage.
Yeah.
And then after I hit that, I'm going to come around to a right uppercut into a kidney shot there
Nice.
for a 13.
Oh, you just hit the plate armor. It dings loudly.
Gonna spend a key point to where's my key at? I'm gonna spend one to initiate flurry of blows, and then with that, I'm gonna come with a cross chop across the temple
Right.
for a 27.
Oh yeah, helmet goes flying as your face finds purchase.
8 damage there.
Find purchase. It's a crit.
That's after crit damage. Yeah, I rolled 2 1s.
All right.
Ooh.
Bloodied.
And then for my last attack, I'm going to take my right claw and just kind of dig it across the side of their face
Nice.
for a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, for 14 damage. And then they cannot take any reactions. They're paralyzed.
No,
but
good to know.
regardless.
Yeah.
All right. Then we go the one that's blinded. Bonus action, second wind. Disadvantage is going to swing on Aramin. A great sword. Here we go. All right. This one finds purchase and cuts into your armor.
Jesus.
The 24.
Even with disadvantage, hit
Yeah.
21. Damn.
All right, but that's the only one.
Okay.
So the others you're able, like, he blindly
How much
swings,
damage?
you move. I'm going to get there.
Okay.
One, get there.
I thought I missed it.
It's okay. That is 10.
The DM likes describing his moves too, guys.
Which is
Sorry.
All right, Belden.
giving plenty of time for the DM to describe his moves, which is apparently quite amusing. Belden will use his short, stubbly 25 feet of movement, which are not impressive. But dwarf speed, right? So we'll
Hey,
go
you get into the room.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, I can see the champion on the left? Yeah, I'll take that. Belden will then pop a quick. So, do you have a read on what they are susceptible to, or at least some idea what they're not susceptible to?
You just walked in the room. How would you know that?
I'm guessing. So cool. It's gonna be thunder because fucking thunder. It's chromatic orb, level 3, thunder. Roll to attack is a 25.
What's a 25?
To hit.
That makes it really loud, right?
Right.
Because it's thunder.
What spell did you
Thunder.
cast? I'm sorry.
Chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb. That's why I got confused.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. Cool. We'll come back to that.
Does
25
it?
hits. Of course it does. Yes.
Cool.
So, which one are you aiming for?
The one on the left from vertical.
The blind
yeah,
one.
Northish.
Okay. Very good.
Yep.
Did you roll at advantage
I did not
to see if you crit?
on the attack.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
attack, so you can crit.
Oh shit, you're right. One more chance. Screw it, let's do it again. Damage was 35,
Did you
God
crit?
damn.
and it's a fucking crit.
Oh, so I'm not gonna. So I
So
guess
the
roll the
25
damage dice, Yeah.
25, 12 is yeah, got it.
Nice.
So what's the total damage?
25 is 50.
50. How are you killing this son of a gun?
Belden walks in the room, looks around, a little bit confused, but still like late to the game, like very, very intrigued, and just kind of like gives the whole like bam look with thunder, and somehow thunder pulls this guy against the back wall and just splatters all over the place.
Yes. Love it. So the blue crystal reacts to the spell. Okay, is that your turn?
Yes.
Roll a d20.
Damn it. Dum, 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 dum. It's a 13.
Okay. So you see 3 golems in the room,
Oh,
and your entire group here are ripped apart, their blood everywhere. For the rest of you, in a silvery wisp, Bowden vanished.
Sick.
Belden, you ugly bastard, where'd you go?
Raven, it's your turn.
Well, see, I was gonna do a thing, and then seeing the magic go that awry, I'm gonna not Booming Blade, and I'm just gonna attack regular. So, with the whip again, yeah, that'll hit with a 26.
Yeah, that's the crit.
So, so that's 10 from the whip, and then sneak attack is 43 for 53 total damage.
How do you kill him?
The whip kind of just slices just beneath his helmet, severing his jugular as he is being held aloft strictly by Anansi's magic.
I love it.
Which I smell these individuals. Which one?
He said, "I smell him."
One works.
Looks like blood's back in the menu, boys.
unless I smell it at any don't unless I don't smell it here 30 feet from me.
It is in one of the creatures in the tubes.
Oh, the ticket, the blood we will need from that creature.
Maybe after we finish our expedition, sure. We don't have time to backtrack.
Yes. I swear, I heard Belden come in, but he's not
I-
here.
I will take some blood from some of our fallen guys while you guys figure that stuff out.
After a little bit of time goes by, there's another silver flash, and Bowden, you go from that scene of these golems ripping apart your friends back to this.
Back in the current situation.
Yeah.
Well, what the why you're alive?
Yes,
Yeah,
welcome back.
we killed the shit out of them. You see,
Well, I saw you guys getting ripped apart and rended flesh from bone. It was I'm confused.
from these guys, no way.
No, but like I actually saw the ripping and tearing of flesh. It was terrible. Well, most of it.
Who went down first?
I won't speak to that particular point. That seems a bit off topic, but
And then in a silver wisp, he vanishes again.
Oh,
Bowden, this time you see them trying to deactivate one of the silver tubes, and they all crash, and the bodies inside, fiercely mutated, lash out and begin to try to tear everyone up, biting into them. And then you're back in this current place.
it's the silver
Belden,
tubes.
you must
No,
stop doing this.
Stop! No, listen to me. The silver tubes. The tubes must be destroyed. They're the cause or source of whatever this blinking in and out is. It's terrible.
Well, we
Right.
need one of
You
the
sure you
creatures'
sure?
blood.
It's the technique, the technology, the tubes themselves. We have to stop this thing from happening.
Vanish in the silver again, and you see once broken out, those creatures take your party and put them into the tubes themselves and begin a process of mutation upon them after they were disturbed. And then you appear back.
Does this feel like a spell or an effect?
Spell.
Can I counterspell?
It's already cast on you.
Got it.
So
You were
it's that-
essentially under Blink,
Some-
but you were
yeah.
going into alternate timelines instead of the
time
ethereal
blink.
plane.
Cool.
And I'm not going to keep narrating because I just wrote it again, and you would blink. You do this for about a minute, and you
fine.
just, if you have a question for me about a sorted course of action, you can ask it. But this gets a little annoying.
Let me give me a second of a spell list and see if it actually has any difference making opportunity. Nope. Won't matter at all. For insanity's sake, I will cantrip shape water on one of my blinks to the bad place, put some water in the corner, and see if the next blink in is still there.
trying to
Okay.
track the like what's happening to you.
Mm-hmm.
You come back to the current timeline. The water's not there. Come back. You seem to be in a different timeline,
I see.
going into several different timelines.
Well, shit. Here we go again.
But what else? I think give me an Arcana check because of your thing, because you're trying to pay
Mhm.
attention to this. Arcana check, yeah.
If
That's
he
a solid.
if he blinks in, like at that moment, can I guide him?
Oh,
No? Okay.
Solid 25.
okay.
Listen, man.
Nice.
Then I'm going to let you do this. For the rest of this essentially dungeon, you can cause anyone to re-roll a die as if you had a luck point.
Nice.
Once or any time?
You can do this once.
You get a luck point.
Okay.
With that, it is time for us to end.
Poo.
We will come
Poo.
back.
At least it didn't end on me saying something.
It did, though. It did.
Goes to the timeline where it does. See you next week.